So they want to talk about we end up with an internalized mother, generally a replication of the primary bond of our mother, the mother that we had in our childhood. The really powerful person, in our childhood when we were very vulnerable. And so this person we will internalize, and if it's a disapproving mother, or maybe a violent or an abusive mother, we will internalize those exact same patterns of unlove. It will be equivalent, we may do it in different ways, but we will, perhaps we were abandoned as a child, for example, and so we will enact self-hate in many, many different ways. We'll all have different ways to enact, to get on the stage. We'll all act in different ways. It may be through drink, drugs, or it may be very subtle, a subtle self-hate, never giving ourselves good things in life, always overworking, always giving to others, never giving to ourselves. It may be subtle, it may be extreme, but we will always be following the patterns. We will have internalized the mother we had. Now, my belief is that we have to look at the nature that we are. For example, for example, with me, a very sensitive nature, very able to perceive a lot of different things, more empathic. The correct internal mother for me would be the same. Not a wolf type mother who would say, just there. They won't see what I'm seeing, you see. So only the similar mother to myself, a sensitive mother, would have the same sensibilities and the same understanding of her children, male and female children, and would therefore have the same compassion and kindness to someone like me. A wolf mother, so quite often, in a sense, we're born, if you like, with the wrong mothers for our nature. So having talked about the energy that's more wolf-like, having a very sensitive mother, when you have a child that's a wolf child, they would always be in the wrong, wouldn't they? Always doing the wrong thing, thinking the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, being pretty horrified of what they've done next. It's like they've got an extreme reacting mother when they need a cooler. So the internal mother that we give ourselves must be a really good match for the genuine children that we are. Wolf mother, wolf children. The wolf mother says, go on, go and run free. Go on, go and do that now. Don't worry too much about what those people are thinking over there. No, that's fine. Sensitive mother might be horrified, So we want to be giving our energy, because although we are energy, we kind of have an internal mother and internal male-female children. So we want to be giving ourselves and treating ourselves with the correct mother, to hold our hand of our children, to hold the hand of our children, to guide us. That's the internal mother should be guiding us, should be the right mother to guide us. So whatever we've worked out that our true nature is, the truth of our energy nature, our internal mother should be a chip off the old block, really. The same type of species, a shaman person like myself, shaman mother. Not one that would say, what the hell are you talking about, seeing spirits, you frigging nutcase. Standard human mother. How am I going to feel about that response? Ooh, that's going to hurt, isn't it? Shaman mother, give myself a shaman mother. Oh yeah, saw that. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh yeah. Did you see that double face coming in? Oh yeah. Acceptance, love, moving forward, holding hands, support with love, understands, support, understand, support, guidance, understand, support, guidance, correct mother. So quite often the rather tricky game that we all end up with is that we end up with the wrong mother for our nature. You know, wolf can end up with a massively sensitive mother, you know, sensitive child can end up with a wolf parent, two wolf parents, you know, no understanding, whether male or female child, you know, no conception, just not seeing the breadth and depth that person sees and hears and touches and feels for real. You know, the right thing to do is to allow us in our path to self-love, which is what we need to be doing with our energy fundamentally. We need to put in place the right mother internally for ourselves. Need to start hearing the right mother. Give her a chance. The energy, the voice will speak. You know, oh, I just did that. Normally I would respond by saying, that was a stupid thing to do. For example, shame mother. I'm going to hear that instead. Create the energy of that. We have to create it. It's not going to just appear from nowhere. We have to create it, but it's worth creating that sort of energy. Shame and mother, yes, we saw that. We turned that way. That was a good plan. Get out of there, go. We see them swarming, whatever. We see the darker spirits moving around that person. You know, we see the toxicity of that person. No, you're good on. Good. Well done for getting out of that. Well done. That's the different voice. That's the voice that we want for the right children. You know, it's all a bit of a muddle, you know. It can be a really big muddle. You know, we come in as energy. We try and squeeze ourselves into a human box, you know, and we kind of end up with when I say wrong parents, these sorts of, I say mistakes, they're not mistakes really. They're all designed for us to grow, of course. They're designed for us to grow. You know, to be at these different ends of contrast, these different ends of the spectrum, so that we grow and we grow our awareness, our energy of our awareness. We expand, you know, coming together as children, putting forward, you know, it's almost impossible to do that self-love if you've got the absolutely incorrect mother speaking to you, you know. Stop talking nonsense. You know, why are you, you know, horrified by someone's perspective, you know, but equally the other way around. Why didn't you feel anything for that person? That person that's just dropped dead. How could you not feel or say anything kind about, you know, to the wolf, you know, them not having the response that's deemed to be emotional enough, you know, wrong parent for them, internalized. You know, the wolf would say, well, you know, I know you'll feel that in your own way, you know, you'll feel that in time, you know, that will hit you, you know, that will hit you in your own way, perhaps at certain events, times of the year, Christmas, birthday, things like that, you know. You know, the wrong parent will say, you unemotional shit, you know, to the wolf energy vibration. The right parent, the wolf parent, would say, you know, yeah, it's good, you're good, you know, be kind to yourself, you know. You've got your feelings. Your feelings are perfectly valid. You know, you'll have a different way of feeling it. You'll have a different way of expressing it, and your way is perfectly good for you and your vibration. That's self-love. That's the correct mother in place. We have to use our energy. It's so worth it. You know, it's so worth not squandering our energy on toxicity, and so worth creating the energy of the voice of our correct mother. And if we practice doing that, it's not too long before she just takes off on her own. And you find you're out and about at the shops or whatever, and situations happen that normally you would have felt very uncomfortable with, and she'll swan in. She'll glide in much quicker than you expected, and she will give the reaction that you need to support you. Say, yeah, you went the other way on that. Oh, good for you. That's good girl. Come on, let's go. Let's leave that, you know. The right parent will give us, we need to create everything we create with our energy. So, you know, and of course the law of attraction will deliver us so much better results as well. If we're coming in with a loving mother, you know, and we've done that for ourselves, law of attraction will just make that situation so much better, so much more positive, you know, because normally we would have had a hate, shame reaction, rejection reaction, and that would have been played out on the stage, you know, on the stage, law of attraction. But we replace that with the correct mother. We replace it with a loving response. We get a positive response on the outside. Something lifts, energy lifts, you know, as opposed to dropping down as per usual, you know. But we have to create these things for ourselves. We have to create the joining of our boy and girl child inside of us, you know. If we're going around hating women, you know, what we've actually got is a big divide between our internal male and female. We have dispelled, dismissed, ousted, kicked out of our home, our energy home. We've kicked out our own female. And we'll be mean to her, kind of give the whip hand. Don't come near me. She would want to come back. Don't you come near me. You stay away from me. This is what we're doing to our own. We need to tune in with what we are doing internally to our children, our inner children. Because if you are, you know, the hater of the woman, you know, you might be a male or a female hating the woman, you know, either sex can do it, you know, but actually what you're doing first, the first thing you're doing is hating your own feminine, causing that split. And then the law of attraction will repeat it, and you will repeat it. You will have to repeat it on the outside if you've got it going on. If you're all love and hugs and kisses with your male and your female, it's going to genuine, if that's your truth, a real truth, it genuinely has to be the same on the stage, in the outside world. It just has to be. So any split, you know, that you've got going on like that between your male part or your female part, which tend to be represented by different sides of the body, and the right hand to the left. For myself, my female part is on my right hand, and my male part is actually on my left hand. Yeah. And so that when I bond them together, and when we communicate and bond them together, they can really communicate well. It can be quite profound, actually, to hold hands with oneself, bizarre as that may sound. It's actually the left and the right sides of the child. It can be very profound.